Hello, this is Tom, Community and Product Manager at Urban Games, and in today's third developer video blog I would like to talk about modding, a very important and extensive topic in Transport Fever. We invested a lot of time and resources in the development process to make sure modding is flexible and comprehensive, but at the same time very accessible. So it is possible for every player with basic tools and knowledge to change the game to his needs and wishes, or just create new content and add it to the game. There are 4 categories of mods, which also can be combined and also bundled into packages like DLCs. The first category are vehicle mods, so it is possible to add new vehicles to the game or adjust existing vehicles and change their properties. The second category are script mods, which allow for changing the behavior and balancing of the game. One classic example is a sandbox mod, which removes all costs from the game or adjusts the overall balancing. The third category are mission and campaign mods, which makes it possible to adjust existing missions, or of course even add own missions and even whole campaigns. And the fourth category, following up our last developer video blog, are construction mods. In today's example, I will substitutionally for modding show what a construction file can consist of and how easy it can be changed, adapted and also extended. As mentioned in the last video, constructions are all buildings which change during the game, like industries, railway stations, airports, harbors and all the terminals for buses, trucks and trams. In this example I'm constructing just a single building without a special purpose. Also this is covered by the construction format and can be done with a few lines of code and a 3D model, which adds this building to the menu. With some additional lines of code, functions can be added to the building. In this example, I've added a platform and tracks as well as a street connection with some additional definitions about where the train has to stop and where passengers will wait for the train to arrive. This simple building was converted in a few steps into a train station. In the next step, I'm adding a terrain modification. Via construction files, it is also possible to change the environment. In this simple example, I'm just flattening the ground. It is of course also possible to raise or lower the land or adjust it to a minimum or maximum height, and also the shape of the adjustment can be set to an arbitrary polygon. In addition, terrain textures can be added to the construction, and also of course here it is possible to use arbitrary shapes and also mix different textures. As mentioned in the last video, constructions can also be changed after they have been built. Here I added an option to toggle a roof over the platforms. These options are arbitrary parameters which are sent to the user interface, and when the user selects an option they are evaluated in the script and change the construction accordingly. A lot of applications are possible with these options. Not only decorations can be added to the construction, also functional things like any desired amount of train tracks and platforms, additional entrances, bigger storage areas for industries, and also complete constructions like street crossings. Also, mixing different types of constructions in the same file is possible. In that example, I'm using the same train station, but I added tram tracks and a tram station. But not only different types of stations can be mixed together in one construction file, also completely different categories can be added together, like in this example, a train cargo terminal, which has an option for a whole industry to be attached. Finally, I would like to add that tracks and streets, which are included in these construction files, can be very complex. So it is absolutely possible to add crossings, switches, or of course curved tracks to the construction file. All the files for modding are very accessible, and thanks to Steam Workshop, it is very easy to share and install mods. So far an example what can be done with a few lines of code with construction files. We would also like to talk about modding missions and campaigns at a later point. Meanwhile, as usual, we are happy to receive your wishes, requests and feedback, which we will answer as good as possible. Meanwhile, I am looking forward to the next video. Thank you for your interest and attention. See you then.